The Centenary Encyclicals. Pope John Paul's third encyclical letter, entitled Rerum Novarum, was very much anticipated by many, and of the people begged for a council for justice and peace. Over against liberalism, Rerum Novarum defended the principle of solidarity, even though Leo did not employ this term but instead used the word friendship as a technical term. John Paul sees Rerum Novarum as an excellent testimony to the continuity within the Church, the so-called preferential option for the poor. Now we may ask the question, was John Paul accepting capitalism? There are two issues arose in relation to this teaching, whether the Pope is in accepting capitalism or is he rejecting the notion of the welfare state. Binyalfin said that the interplay of the two principles of subsidiary and solidarity sets the stage for John Paul's careful and moral assessment of capitalism. When subsidiary argues for respectful recognition of individual economic initiative, solidarity calls for strong communal action to prevent abuse and ensure the common good. John Paul distinguishes two meanings of the word capitalism and accepts one of them, though he prefers to use terms as business economy, market economy, or free economy. This is an unacceptable concept of capitalism. It is one where there is an absolute predominance of capital. John Paul is not really giving approval to capitalism as the correct system. He is simply laying down certain conditions for any acceptable model society, namely the right to own but and sell goods, and the right to take other economic initiatives. While they may need to be controlled, must not entirely be abolished. The Church is not entitled to express preferences for this and that institutional or constitutional solution. Property and work. Some important points emerge on the letter of John Paul II, Rerum Novarum. His firm insistence to the universal destination of goods of the earth, and he also addresses the issues of employment. The state has a duty to sustain business activities by creating conditions which will ensure job opportunities, by stimulating those activities where they are lacking or by supporting them in moments of crisis. The Pope's encyclical on mission is valuable, but in some respects, it does not reflect the breadth of vision of his earlier encyclicals. The Centenary Encyclical Centesimus Annus highlights and reaffirms many of the traditional elements of Catholic Church social teaching, emphasizing the continuity of the teachings over the previous 100 years. The encyclical is critical of the welfare state, but this should not be seen as approval by the Pope for the liberal capitalism approach. It can rather be understood as a challenge to people to develop caring societies in which the state protects and the weaker sectors, but does not cripple the initiative or make them dependent on the state. The encyclical criticizes any economic system in which workers can lose their employment simply in order to increase the profits of employees. He insists on the need for the state to provide a juridical framework that ensures a reasonable degree of equality in society. However, in the line with traditional Catholic teaching, he also insists that the state should not take over responsibilities that should rest with civil society. And that's all. Thank you.